today I will be showing you guys a guide of how to use Photoshop. So I'm going to be starting off with the very basics pretty much. This one specifically is Photoshop CC20. So to start off, I'm just going to show you guys the Magic Wand tool. Let's find that one as one of my most useful ones of all. So let's just pick any character, go for enchantments, one which I've already removed. So whilst waiting for photo, here we go. Go to fit screen. So you go to that button there, which is zoom. You go fit screen up there. Then I go to this button for Magic Wand. To do that, right click, select Inverse, Control C, Control V, and then if you go to layers, you have actually got this now on a different layer. There it's transparent, so say I delete that. Now it's completely transparent. As you can see, there's a little issue with the middle part there. What I would probably do here is just use the background eraser tool. Press on it. Should get rid of it as you're done. But that's one basic step. What I would actually do to get rid of the background on it is I would get rid of that. I'd literally just use the background eraser tool, to be honest with you. Background eraser tool. I'd prefer to put it in size 5000, but it depends on what you're using it on. If you want to get rid of just the background, press on it, 5000, done. There you go, transparent. Get that little middle part there, done. So that's how you make it transparent background. As you can see, there's still some white around the edge. You can still see it slightly. So basically, you just get rid of that, keep on pressing on it. It should eventually get rid of it. There you go, done. Now, say I want to go and get a new background for this. Let's just go to thumbnail creation, which I've got on my computer. Backgrounds, what background do we want? Let's say we want to just give it this nice background here, yeah? Now we just get this, we drag it into this part of Photoshop. Now as you can see, you still get an issue with a little bit of background there. So if you want to sort this out, all you really have to do is, once again, background and real eraser tool. Make sure you're on the right layer. If you're on that one, it will remove background altogether. Now I would go on that. That part there. And try and get the white part here. I don't want to get orange. Yeah, there you go. And then this part here. There we go then. So we've got the background completely erased there. That's how you do that. Now say with the background, if you want to change it, you can put the exposure up. Now that, right up there. Put the contrast down. Creates a dark kind of effect. Ground creation there, creates dark as well. Or say if you want to do it maybe slightly darker, you could do something like that. Maybe put the offset up there. Put the ground creation up there, create a nice dark kind of effect. That looks pretty cool. So that's how I use the exposure. Exposure is basically the brightness of it, kind of. It burns into it. The offset, you put it up, it makes it lighter. Put it down, makes it darker. Ground creation, put it up, makes it darker. Put it down, makes it lighter. Another tool I'll show you is brightness and contrast. Put the brightness up, makes it brighter. Put it down, makes it darker. Contrast makes it darker as you put it up. Put it down, makes it lighter. Now you've also got vibrance, whereas if you put it up there, it makes it kind of bright. Put it down there, kind of makes it kind of greyish. Saturation, one of my favourite tools. Saturate the image. Put it up, makes it kind of like brighter. Put it down, makes it darker. Yeah. Let's just save it like that, shall we? Hue saturation. This one's one of my favourite tools of all. This will change the colour of the background altogether. So you can like change as you go along. Put the saturation up to make it really bright. Put it down to make it really grey. So like that. Not change colour on really good like that. Make the brightness of it, put it right up. put it down darkness. I might actually put this up a little bit. So now you've got that. Now another thing that you can do with it is you can colorize. So if you go to colorize, it colorizes the whole entire background. So as you get that kind of effect there, you get a nice red there. Now we're just gonna go for a nice kind of brownish orange kind of background. So like that. Trying to think of more tools. You got invert, which will complete like just invert the image. But it'd be better to show you that one on Enchantress, the image of course. Invert makes it kind of like that, kind of creepy like that. So that's quite a cool effect if you want to use it. You can also desaturate by pressing that. You can black and white even. Black and white it and change the colour of it, all that. Change the colours. I don't tend to use this one much, but it can be helpful. So like that. It's weird now. You got the window tool. This one's especially important. So you've got 3D action adjustments. I'm going to show you the main ones in here, which is what I tend to use a lot. Which would be colour, of course. Layers, very important. History is a very important one. So if you want to just drag that down there, you see all your histories if you've gone through the image. All that we've done. This is very useful, especially if you need to screenshot what you've done as you went along. Or if you've made a mistake and you want to get back to how it was. Just say I want to get back to that one. Press that, and then done, back to where I was there. Now, something else that I want to show you is going to be a tricky one really. I'm going to show you this one. It's quite a tricky one to actually get perfect. So let's go to images. Which one might be easier? That one. So let's go to fit screen. Now if you go to select, colour range. Now if say you just want to get the face but you're struggling because of all the colours around it. If you actually go to skin tones, detect faces, I like to put the fuzziness fully up. I press OK. I right click. Now how I found it. Press on magic wand actually. Now you right click, select inverse, Control C, Control V. This does not always work, but you might find it'll work better on a black background. I find it works way better whenever I put it on a black background. So let's just go customize, press that one, make sure it's black background, yes. I have also on this actually. Press new, width, height, resolution, pick all that, pixels inch, I prefer pixels an inch I do. RGB colour, grayscale makes it completely grey. I prefer not to use that one, but if you want to make a great image, might be useful. I tend to use 8-bit on it. I tend to go for custom, but transparent could also be useful. Light and black could also. Now this, you can choose your colours on it. I'm picking black for this one. Colour profile, you got all that. I prefer not to mess around with that, just keep it as it is. Of course you got this as well. I also tend to just not messing about. Then you've got this one where you could actually name it. So say you want to save it. You go as say just save it black background. Save present. If you go to your save section, you got black background there. Create. That's exactly what you made. And back to where we were. So we've colour ranged this photo. Now I'm going to drag it onto a black background as that tends a bit better a lot of the time. Make it larger, and it didn't quite do what we wanted. As I said to you, it's a very tough one to play around with really. And you could also draw around it, but I'm going to have another go to colour range, see if there's anything else that we could do with this. So if you go to skin tones again, maybe bring down the fuzziness a bit. perhaps that'll work on it. Right click, select invert, Control C, Control V. Maybe this will do something better with it. Not 100% sure what it will. No. As you see, it's quite a tough one to get right. It works on some images, but doesn't work on others. Yeah, it's definitely a useful tool to use though. Now, what else I was going to show you was that you can also draw around this. So if you go to the magnetic lasso tool, I'm terrible at using this tool, I'll be honest with you, but you can literally just drag it around. There, try and crop the face out. I'm going to make a rough sketch, not trying to get it accurate. Of course, if you're doing it yourself, you want to try and get this as accurate as possible, but I'm just going to do a rough one. Right around there, blah blah blah, done. Double click on it, Control C, get that one, Control V. There you go, you've got your little face that you're trying to get. Now that looks creepy. That's some really creepy face I just made there. But yeah, there you go. Managed to make that Clash Wars 2 character look even more creepy. So that can also work. Another one I'd actually like to show you would be, I'm going to delete that layer. I want to just get to the original. So delete that layer, delete that one. Not going to be loud. If you got this and you can't get off it, like say you got this but you want to remove it, Control D, deselect on type thing. Now just click on background. No, I don't need to. Just click on them. Now I can delete them. Now back to the background. Now I'm not sure if CC19 includes this. I know CC18 doesn't. I know CC20 definitely does, but this one is. Object selection tool can be very useful. Not entirely sure if it will work in this image as it's very fuzzy, but we will see. And just get that big square, wait for it a little bit. Can take a while depending on your computer. Mine tends to be quite quick. There you go. And it's automatically selected what you want to select. Isn't always 100% accurate. Sometimes it can go really wrong depending on the colours and stuff. But in this situation, it's done a pretty good job, really. Done a pretty good job. So if you go to that, just like that one. And to enlarge an image, I tend to press Shift and make it wider so that it keeps the aspect ratio. Click it, and now you've got the face there. So we did get the face out in the end properly. Even so, the other one looks better, I think. Yeah, we did get the face out. So that's another way of perhaps getting a face off an image or character. I'm trying to think of any more tools that I'm forgetting to show you. Lasso tool and polygon tool can also do a very similar thing. You got this to select, all the select tools. Cropping. Say you want to crop your image, you go that, either I tend to just press enter and it does it. So that's how you simply crop. Get your suspect crop tool, just do that. Now I've never really used this as much, so I can't really show you how to use it properly if I'm honest. But it's I suppose if you run like that. So you see you've made it that kind of shape. So that's pretty cool kind of. And then you literally got your slice tool, let's just do it from one corner right up to the other. Now this will actually just create a big slice down the middle maybe. I know, I don't really know how to use that if I'm honest with you. But Control D, as I said earlier, which is Invert. Your slice select tool. To your this stuff. Hide auto slices. Control D. So that's how you would do all that. I can't really explain them to you as I don't really know what they do properly. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do anything with these now, so I'm just going to close down this image. I'm going to open up another image now just to give a better example. Let's go to this really, really bright one, shall we? I know it's too fuzzy, not going to work on that. Let's go for a nice clear one, shall we? F4 looks pretty clear to me. Yep. Cool. Now fit screen. I've fit it to screen so I can see exactly what's going on, what's on the image. Now this tool here, I'm not entirely sure on either. Yeah, I'm not going to explain that one. Then you get the eyedropper tool, which you get the colour of it, and then maybe if you want to get your colour, which if you select that colour, I want the colour there, and then I want to kind of paint in because a bit is missing, like maybe the bricks. I just want to make them the same colour as that. I would go now to the brush tool, which is right there. Nothing, is just going to colour it in there, and you see it's bringing out kind of the same colours up above, roughly the same. Yeah, you see it's kind of like merged in there a little bit, so that kind of works. Maybe if I want to get rid of that as well. Yeah, for Ogre is fine. Another important tool to show you actually, spot healing brush. I enjoy this one. I think I'm going to create this separate layer so it's not just background. Now if I go like this on it, this probably won't work right now, it's going to get the character itself. Yep, will do. But like makes it disappear and it merges in with the rest of the image. I'd quite like it if it turns that brown. So maybe we just get a bunch of that. Probably will do it. No. You see it kind of like heals it. Let's say I want to get rid of the yellow around the side, that would be a better example. It's made it nice and red there, like kind of made it look like it's kind of part of the picture. It's not working entirely in this image because there's too many colours on it. And you see what it does. Healing brush tool. No, we're not going to use that actually. You've of course got the colour replacement tool, which replaces colour. Pencil tool, which you can do the same thing as you did before, just scribble a little bit, see that, it's the same colours you've done with your colour selection. History brush tool, it just gets rid of what you've drawn on it, like that, and gets it back to normal. So if I want to do that, it's taking the image back to what it was before, so it just removes what you've done which you don't want anymore. Can you see that works? I've never actually used that before, as I didn't know what it done. So I've actually learnt something myself in this video now actually. Art history brush tool. A little bit weird on it, but alright, yeah, we got this. Cool effect, yeah. Interesting. So it does that. And now of course background eraser, as I told you. Remove that, didn't do so well in this image, but of course it wasn't gonna. Eraser tool, do the same thing, erases the background. You can change your colour, so not colour, your size. If you want to make it bigger, do that. If you want to make it really small to get around the edges of something maybe, you very carefully draw around like that. Now of course this is just messing around again. Let's just go back to that one now. Now of course you've also got your magic eraser tool, which also just does that. It's basically like the magic wand, but it does it automatically instead of selecting for you. So instead of doing that, be very careful with I don't find this one's the best tool in the world because it gets rid of too much stuff. But it can be very useful. I clicked in the wrong brush, didn't I? As you can see, I'm just going to use history brush. Very useful tool actually, this history brush. Now you've got your paint bucket tool. You want to colour in that red into brown. There you go, does that. Colours it in. The gradient tool makes it that kind of colour. So I want to get a little bit of a white touch on it, make it bright in the corner, a little bit more brighter, get a little bit of a dark touch down here. You see, it's kind of like made it kind of bright on it. So that's what that kind of does. Not entirely useful, but can be useful if you want like make an effect of sunlight or something on your image, perhaps. You got your blur tool, so you can blur it. Here's a very good example. Say I wanted to try and blur it into the image very carefully. You get right around the edges and maybe make it kind of blurred into it. This would work better than the first image actually. Say that one looks like it's kind of out there, doesn't it? So I've got my very small aspect ratio. I'm very carefully blur right around the edges, and it starts to look like it's more part of the image than it was before. See, like blurred it in. Of course, this image is a bit out there, so it doesn't quite match up, but you can see what the kind of effect it's doing on it is. It is kind of making it look sort of like it's blurred in. So I'm just going to very carefully draw all the way around this. Blurring it in. Almost finished. Just very carefully going around the whole entire image. And there you go then. See, it's kind of like blurred in the image, makes it look more kind of part of it. I can actually see the effect now actually. Except for the fact that I can't because I've just blurred the wrong image. Oh well, doesn't matter. You got the point of what it's supposed to do. I just noticed I was on the wrong layer. Sharp tool. This one I'm not entirely sure on really. Don't really know what that does. The smudge tool, I guess I could probably get what that one does. You know, just smudges it all in. Right around there, gonna be much less clear. This one, smudge, 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 smudge all around. Done there, done. Blends it in a little bit as well. There you go, see? That kind of effect smudges it. And you've got your dodge tool. I've never used this before. Just kind of doing something. I'm not entirely sure what it's doing now. The burn tool. It's going to burn into the image, I'm assuming. Burn into the image, yeah it is. It's burn into it. Then you got your sponge tool. The sponge tool kind of like, I don't really know, I can't explain it. You see it's doing something. Then you got your pen tool. Right down there. I don't know what it does either. And you control D. No, it's not going to deselect, is it? Who cares? Now, of course, you got your text. So if you want to go and get some big text, right across your image, of course, going to want to get your colour changed if you want a background. So get it from white colour. I'd prefer to put it up to 72 points, possibly. Right. Whatever you need to write, I'm going to put ops to 3.0. Done. Put it in that tool, puts it in the middle, it does, it aligns it. And of course you can do this, and just change the shape of it. Do that. Okay, it's going to try and wind me up, isn't it? And of course I can use that to drag it. Right to the top there. Done, see? Now, of course, if there's any more, I'll show you. They'll pretty much same kind of thing. You've seen the main one. Path selection tool, selection tool. You got your rectangle tool. Create a big rectangle on it. There you do width, height, all that. Not going to do that right now, but you can do that. And there you go. You got yourself a big rectangle on there. Hand tool, so you can use the hand to. I don't really know what to do with it, but yeah, well, I'm pretty sure it is useful probably. If you've got your rotate tool, this is useful. Rotate your image around. Alright, just get a ham on it, yeah. So let's leave it like that. Oh yeah, shall we? Now of course you've got your zoom tool, as I showed you earlier. Zoom all windows, Scooby zoom, fill screen, fit screen, home, Photoshop. Now I think I've pretty much shown you the full basics of Photoshop with a few more complicated stuff in there possibly. You got auto-tone, so auto-toned it, right? Done a massive difference there actually. Now we're going to do auto-contrast and we're going to auto-colour it. So yeah, you see how it's changed. I'm actually going to put that back to what it was. If you want to fix it as well, you can type it in there. Of course, well not search, but it looks like a search button, doesn't it? A zoom button. You got layers. Layers are very important. So you can duplicate your layer, delete your layer, quick export, export as, layer style, nil fill layer, layer mask, vector mask, so masking, all that. So very useful. Image rotation, you want to change it horizontal, like that. Want to trim your image, yeah. Variables, get your adjustments. I think I've already shown you guys all this, haven't I? So type, I'm just haven't looked through any more which I missed off. The focus area sorts out the in focus range. So basically what's in front of it you'd want to do. I won't go into detail in this video on it. Masking, I won't do it in this video either. You can distort it, pixelate it, render it, like flames and stuff. There's all sorts of different things that you can do. I just want to give you the basics and not take it too far into the hard stuff. Of course, I've already shown you all this. History, very important tool, as I said. And now to finish off, export. So you just save as, save on your computer. I prefer save as a Photoshop PSD. So save it, and then I can save it as a JPEG as well. So I've got the image and file. I always prefer to keep the file in case I need to edit it after. It only takes you a second as well. If you want to save it for printing purposes, save it as a TIFF, best for printing. If it's a GIF which you've made, save it as a GIF, of course. And I'm sure you get the point from here. PNG is a lot of time used for inverted images and stuff. Not inverted, sorry, transparent images. So you've got that, and I'm going to show you now the harder one here. Whereas you want to save a transparent image, background and razor tools, get rid of that. I'm just going to get rid of that old one. Yeah, drag it, just drag that right to the middle. Now you've got your transparent image here, yeah? So now I go to export, save for web legacy. You got your PNG24, you got all these options. I always go for PNG24, transparency, ticked, or the rest unticked. All that, and just copy the exact pretty much. You don't have to, of course, copy the image size. The image size, whatever size your image is. You can fill in that if you want to, it's up to you. Now I press save. Now of course, I don't know what the hell I've just made, so I'm going to get a fun for it. Now creation characters and just night, yeah, kind of like creepy looking night, isn't it? Yeah. Let's go for that and just save it as that. It's going to take a little while to save. Now you can close this. Don't have to save it like that unless you want to. It's up to you. Now if I want to open it, but I want it to be transparent, I just go thumbnail creation, which is where I saved it. So it's go to folder which you saved it in. I open that, and it's like that. And then I can move this and go along. As you can see, I've got a little bit of grey in the background here, but that's because I didn't remove it properly. I'm assuming you guys will probably remove it properly. But if you do have this issue, actually, I can very quickly show you to get rid of it. Background erase tool, like I showed you earlier. Now it's made it look even worse, but it's done the job. Put it under this image, and there you go, it looks like a ghost now. So I hope this tutorial was useful to you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. And for now...